The complex consisted of approximately 70 buildings, including all the farm buildings, medical buildings, employee housing, and service buildings. There is a Eloise Cemetery located on the south side of Michigan off of Henry Ruff. It is surrounded by a grove of pine trees. Those buried there were patients of Eloise whose families did not claim the bodies or did not have the money to bury them. It is Eloise Potter Field. Burials were made between the years 1910 to 1948. After that, unclaimed remains were sent to Wayne State Medical School. There are over 7,000 people buried there. The grave markers are only numbered blocks of cement, and most of the records of those buried have been lost. The Friends of Eloise have been busy identifying as many of those buried there as possible. Last week I called Glenn Anderson, our Wayne County Commissioner, because I wanted to be able to tell you the status of the buildings. The Wayne County Commission voted on June 21st, 2018 to approve purchase and development agreement with a corporation in Southfield in the amount of $1 for the purchase and development of the K. Beard Building, the commissary, and the several deteriorated buildings and the maintenance of Potter's Field. The parties intend to create a campus-based housing for low-income seniors and families in the K. Beard Building. They're going to build 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments. The commission building will remain a shelter for families. They will raise the other buildings, and they will maintain the Potter's Field and build a fence around it. On the front lawn, there's a state historical marker and a stone basket. They will remain. The marker being there will always be a reminder of Eloise. In the minds of many, Eloise was a place of last resort for the sick, the poor, the aged, the infirm, and the mentally ill. Its doors were always open to all. No one was ever turned away for lack of insurance or ability to pay. From the beginning to its end, the institution served the health and social needs of the people of Wayne County. A few years ago, the Wayne County gave a 49-year loan of the showcases and the artifacts that were in the K. Beard to the City of Westland and the Westland Historical Commission. On May 15th of this year, the Eloise Museum was open. Thank God, it finally got open. It is located at the Westland Historic Village Park, located on Wayne Road between Ford and Cherry Hill. It is open on Saturdays from 1 to 4.
The buildings in the middle were part of the sewage system, and the building on the right was the old schoolhouse. From 1839 until 1887, the county house actually had children living at it that were largely orphans of accidents or pandemic and disease outbreaks in Detroit. Now, the state did mandate that they had to be educated, so when they could, attendants and clerks would try to educate the children as best they could. There was originally a small log cabin out by the river that they used, and when it burned down, the county built this building to act as a schoolhouse. And it would have a full-time teacher there to educate the orphans that lived there. In 1887, though, they decided that it really wasn't the best place for them to live, and many of them were adopted out to local families to be taken care of. Now, another interesting note of an auxiliary building is that from 1832 until the mid-1850s, the county house was actually mixed race. There were both white and African Americans living there, and there was really no problem with that. But in 1858, the county supervisors actually built a separate building for the African Americans here at the county house. And during the Civil War time, there were about 69 either freed or escaped African Americans that lived there. And this actually remained segregated until 1880 when the building was torn down. And after that, the county house was integrated again. Other buildings of note include laundry buildings built in 1895 and their first bakery built in 1905.